currently I am at this already June the 21st, 2015. I am going through a breakfast already. You know, we were through certain situations. We went through still more than already we said. Berriat matse bechivisot vatsidash arrebela noach matzvat matse blisefich in bot lematzachim. Stlechet isechish bot matlei bachat vaser sluas mutzvaseresh. Gedenk lechbot achlig viasa blaktikish motachla revefechat at divish motachlik chemevan. Stlassikish shefacham. Betlach. Nazlet masem ישבות ומחלמות ואטלה כבידת כוח ועוצות ובסשועת מצחנים ברווח לחבי ומטלה בספר שקועות ובחלק הנה תלת מדין שגרת בפך הלכתי מצבוס וסבלתי כספשך מן רבי לחבוט מטלבתי בשקוט לבלג רבי פך על חתמסין יצ ולס בשם הבם. גנר לחבחה תיקה גנר חד לפך ובלבסבי עד לבסמות הקלקין רבחלה כשרה נשמוצנים. ברבץ לך מצח לביסך ישבוד מצחם. עד לביאן קידשקת רבי פחות עד בלסס מטלבתי שחמת נם. גדרך לחתי מות לבצע של, כי ברפחת מוצרן, הרב לשל, הרב לקרב השכל בשמות אצליקיש כמצן בריגיתים, השך נצם. גן רידמן כלחורף עד ביעת כניסובק, כי מותחול, אן רבצחון בת לחמיקן לבחת מסיב. Intreta chalki revefech chalki ach mose besolekish kabatecha tema anradalat ibu ishmuat mana umodle aikov. Slekre fada lekre besachi nishkada na'alk bekamreta besmot lisish amber ramaklek revefechati gaski motsoat samaklek. Men ridat lekirevefech alachiv toswat sedlekisheres an renadinim chasemov. Antlebekar revefech al chaligi revefechot spelatsish motachligim ivam. Anfech al chaligim. Aser lekirevefech al chaligis motzim. So, kshkembo Roma, vad kodachlik. Nerevat leftuas massesos ablegak matzach legiviamat keltiteshef. Gefalech matzach renimim badlaki vaserech la amatanat. Inremat lechach chanam. Seshovelech hevet lechach legivisok bachlakim revefechmot. And seshech lekirevefech legimiasavat matzach alkivis veshovatni. Nervavat lechavat tsechpo amaser ambak lechi krashevat simat lechi mibam. Retich viat tsechavat lechavat sechi disochadishma and tsechaligim. Ingemat tsechaligera. Generalek chavat pod matzel skimat tsechligivisot labak harafa ad liginasmot. Gemot lebechal chivik lechavachla revetim atle vesefechoshvat lechim bat lekarachal basmot wasiv. Inak lekif revetechat lecho basmot levesefishvat lebechach chaligimit lakif revefach. Remot lebechal chaligim reveparata chaligim revetachat totsu lasher omrin andin nilan potsu kuat sivikal ishkimir rech mot velaini. Ina vesefchaligishvat ma. Rembadelet hier refechel chivat savalapsos vatikin ri chadmatzelak. An roa gelavi an barrefechel achavetlek chadikashmotach lekirefechel gevosmot levesechshek. in remoplecha vaplecha chalgi bevelis vogmaplecha chalgi in herrichiskele chachma. Bonratech lekjev vetechlakin beglech amalpas sedesvot mat sesman ayin motegem. Generalek revech alchiv galactor revech alchiv smotachesh bachachlam. Stekhlek chemaplecha vapfachlach chalki revechlach ishmochanim. Samaglech biasofofa. Antradach legi bichobadach matlech v'sech bod matzem in rematlech revechlach charatzivis modlesad shkeblech motzach revechlech chinin dalag sheka b'chavachlech mazoasla dalas motzalach sek ishkova monradka monradabachalach matlefach libiatzet seleshmo vanamatzika ibotlech marrach levet bachle v'sech mexi ishkavatlech ametkov in retterach ligide van amplebesmodle veseritis katsiva achelcha en so achlegi bachlim redach leki ravefach lekim botzlach ligi spad matzer chaligi batlet seshach chalan rigi vadlek en reboplechach ligi marrefafad matzer kishkoat blektik chemikal at kimad evelaki Men rebat leggen wat gelikig gevachtelige geligispot lemmer gaat gelikig gegaan. Anrebat gelikig rabasput wak dentlek tevosef onrin dalin dan gendas kovat selashvo. Men rebefach la kadia tabala at senatelens. Generalak revefach la geliklach via pachmat ala revefach la geligiskap le pachmot wasenaf. Mislita. Memritan. Men rabatak matlach farrach la gelit latis pot na macha at latin verbisses Elishel bekelak. Republik Bachalin Rahmon Watkinas Meslishin Barach Retelativi ad Noad Leka. Sechale Hebeflat Fachmotla de Hadiachid of Sport, but that leak in a retashel, a king Reva and Hotwad la Enat, a Iova Selekish on Motkan. Sechale Herefechale, no sort of the spot with a Hachalim. Remop the Bechal Hedekle Refechal, Hichalgish, but the Hachalkim Retachalgi, a Bafo Halagan, in Sechlish Manan. But like the Revefech like Hardek set a lot to one, but not Hadish Koat the Halakim Bandle Sena. And like a clear Revechem Sena, Blankivish Koblet Mechbo and Hadekanan, Bandle Tem. Refarlach Helechel, Clar Revefech, Alekimos Falati, Renatet Spoktach. Genvele Kerrafogati, the Alteshmatzi, Refochman. Gebleven die man helemaal klim. Skelha sama revefach likiva. Serlikir revefach lachivi at kata. Seshalk an rebot lachman. Bon revet mas en chalgis kamad. Sberlime plech ban sechalim. Sorry. Volpech leginim. Am blabech sebek lech de seshach la an rebepan. Am blok not sebek lech de sishmot lebe in rebetim. Bot man op lech bachal bishmot en bachat aksu. An remat terri yat la shevar. Spot mat terris. Benevat legim rebefach moto at lebet skash. Am blabech bachrabet ni at lebet sech legismotim. In Sechale Kravets Wodel, das Matale Zachishmat Anna, Imot Andi Bati. Gebachale Hadith Lach not Silpless, is Latlach is Seshle, Rachni Nata, the Fotmatsam. Atlek Redan Inanot Liga Diavakiash, Kabaradat, Anevelesh, Nimishidish, Beshesh, Mot, Ayor, and Adlan. Sport lebet die matze sport lematzim. Gefelach tacham. Sport lemet mi wat matze shel kifer sekachal at matzem. Splecha bechli kasvatem bankri. Het lekkies gemat lebet sekli litzat lekkies sekhalachat matze lish en sigevach malakt da. Seklich matze sekh sekhalait nima. Dus lekkiba. Redalachti matze khasvot wat matze sekhlegi. Dus meklecha wat bar Redemi. Zo, mensen dat wat weer gaan. Alles is him. Dat sport lemet redatsem. שכלחת למחלקתי בספות למצלח וכימיה, וחלקימים. ספות לבחלקידי עד ששקה. גל חלקים מרבף, אנבלבספורמות ולשכבת לחחלן. עד לזים אנבלבסישתות לבחת לחמי אנבלבספות למצלח עם ליקים. חסך לי אנבלבס אלק. רבף לחמצה וסך לשפות למצלח חד ללדמן. כשקרה. ברבף לחמציא תחלט הסמות אנבלבימי. Dat aanbod van als blijft die machinen. Sloger bij Pechler Hamad. En blijft die de spot met aanstek haar gedachten. En blijft verleggen die bondle bij het zijn gelijke met Pamenaf. In bondle bij staat als spotlement. Als blijft het zijn blijft verleggen die zes slag het legt maar in aan. En blijft het zeggen die zes sluatie. Ben Ramin van Harad Lechab Smot Levesashik Lichivikan. Am Bleret Bater Atelaslatsam. Kherakim, Beklet Smotso. Miss Lerbe Bekari Katbot Swatsel Batachatsan and Kirias Tasher. Ben Regat Montlekidas Mot at the Skalak Rashat Bat Lediva that Lato Razam and Yalkusmot Levetashka. Schalakrab خلبي خمر بخبل بفخر خمبلا بكيد سخلك إشكبلا بخال خميد لازمي صبر بكتير خبشخال خنام أمبلغ ببلغ ما خالكام أمبلغ دي بخلك إشبوطا ما خلاق خرب فخلي جسمت لك مرة بخلا خلا فخخين جنار مبلغ ببلغ خال خلك إشبوط لما خال خلخين אם עוד כרבחם, אמבלבסך חלק ישבות מתחה הקלקים. הם לרבפך לחוח לגישפח מצחני. רתח לחרב לך תחליק, אם ישוף החוח לבחלק, אם הפכנן אנטמוס לרסף. שתלק נפסי. רתח לכשקובחמה, הקהלך הרקת. סרליקי רבפך מוצות לבסר שקף לבח מצים, ביגנצים. גם ונקנית סנצי בגשוף. הרבב לרמה בחלבי החלבי, בחלבי פלטיק ספורט בצח בדספטוף, מוטלקים נראה ותחבולת המוטלת התחליק, מרחבת הספורט לחכילי קבלת סחובת מצא לשף, מן רינדם כימוס לך במסדם, שקט לך במטליקה. בריאה חבת לך וסבלת תואץ מטלך וספש בטלך החליגנייה תדת קרת. רמות לפחד חלקי וחבוב לך מחלים בשכלי יצלצש. הנה המחלם. בת לבר לך בחלך, מת לכי סוברת. אמצע שוב. Dan vergat zich nog leggen de vergelijking wat we verschot haar vidian voorlas aan iemand kimova. Hoe goed. Just for the sense, as common as human, as clear. If you have a simple moment for clearing the right understanding in front of such conditions, would you? Nobody. خلقي بيخلق مطلب غلط توت بعد لتكش كتهرات تيمي أدلكش مطر ربع سمور أنت لخبك لربع فخلق خير خلق ما خلقي بيسقط لتن شكل خلق ركتيخ ميان سمت سبع صوت لكن نشكل لربع خلق خير خلق أن ربع خنيميات لس أرشف يدخل خليك لك بغرا خادع خليك شمتخ دلرخ رمبوت لبخل خيمي بلغ بخل كيغا بفخل خاد لكيمي ربوت موت كلاكتيشكا أنبر لكيغا بفخل خاديكا غدخل كربخل كمرانينا من رمبوت لبخل لبخل خلقيم بلخل خلقي بشكل لبخل خلقيم أدلبوت كيميتان من رمبوت لوخ بنتخمات من تفخل كيبتخم من لبخيبي تشكبت دخل كيمت لبخل بلوتاكيم أدنوات إيمان قبل الرفاق لخبت لخني خبت مطسن من طيبت لبخد لبخد لبختين بتخلخ خلشخ لخمم أنبت لمبلخ بتلخ بخلخ خم جنبت لبرفاق لخبت لخي بسخ الشخلم بعد نمتيمان من تلاقي فخلخبك لخبفخ لخخلم إن بطل متخرفخ لخيرين بطل بسفمات أنكيمات زخلكي شوخ لبطلخ خلقي بيخلوص مطلب خبتون سخوتك إيش كالين في أبلغ بفخ لبسوخ لبدار مسكلات فساد شكماتي كبا كرر لبنيو مطلب أسفا إلاس مطلب كيبا بفخ لبس مطلب فشكيبا لاتين خمر رما مطلب فخلخيني بلغ فخلخيني بلغس مطلب اسفاستلي فشاخيني ربابلغ مطلب فخلخيني بخادي بسش خلق مخال خلق لغري فرموت سالغش كبدال بن راتي كم بلغ فخلق خلقي سات لنكتين من ربابلغ ببخال خم بطل مسخنين بطل مسخ إن ربابلغ فخلق خلقي مفخل خم بعد مصيمة Sorry, it were a little cold and still cold here in Buenos Aires and humid. Like I already told you, it's terrible, and I were last night coming to uploading the video because of here in Buenos Aires. As Claro Argentina, Communications Chamber Federal Government and Policía Federal Argentina were blocking me out for their support in making more images, and we're telling all through. Which I'm going to show you, which also, he's going to say something like that, and we were right, and he says and does what we say. Tellers of Sodom and Gomorrah, Argentina, making less humanity market upon my life, and making profanation to robbing whatever ideas, like already saying, this door, which is a disaster, which I never ended because I never were ending to habitating this place, which I never wanted to be here, never wanted to live here. So I am living in a very never-ended, the recycling that I started here, I never ended to accommodating my life to living here, which I never wanted, and I still wish to live. And thinking about some wood stamp being represented black, like a sheet of wood, in a glue stamped one and another, to cover a very disaster on this kind of called tablero, old styling in cedars wood mark, which putting this polyurethane compacted foam inside for acoustic and applied with a mark of some moisture, pen, delicated thing, and enamel upon with a very special color, even putting the same wood sheet to stand upon and making like a very special deco, as if there will be a complete door in this cedars or any other for that there to match really pretty and make the same with this old two sheets door with a mark styling with something which is a band, old styling called banderola, European styling, that at the back, really down, sorry not back, at the down of the right segment of what each store has is as well tablero class, like a keyboard, if you want to translate, which is not exactly the term. So suddenly, this mark on cedars will be covered, and in the middle, a little motor with a very special termination keyring for will be round section media caña called health circumferential, or simply trying to give the shape for there to just match prolixly and having the right special termination, but I don't want to do nothing here. And they were trying to make business even with this. And also with the restoring and making 8 tapes over this old couch and just making a different story as this is, and also how to making some closet on wood, buying wood that I can do perfectly, and I were thinking about long ago on the structural closet making with wood, and the whole of in placing as if there will be part of the construction with no bricks, only making American styling with structural wood, and the whole of the stamped wood, plex, and upon what we call the product doorlock here in Buenos Aires. I was thinking since I started working here to making both rooms, which all the construction never had it. Alright, I'm going to show you this all, and forgive me for this in a moment. Yes, with a very free springs inside for there to be comfortable. Oh, he's talking to us. And oh, but you need a structure. There are with structure on, like if there will be some ER system for a king size bed systems. But even though a free with a very flex on flush, polymeric flush, making a net and black meaning and the springs, and already registered. Yeah, thank you. And I love you, Melech, and I'm sorry for this. I love you, Shem. I love you all, Israel, Sion. And I'm sorry for this all. I love you, Ami, and I'm so sorry. Please protect yourselves, and let's think how to we forward this days. And I'm so sorry. Rebot lechmat leveri fachalachili katharech matzach leveseshot levechbat amakla krevefar hartechalgishmot levechlikinim in repat machaliki vefachatachlikishpat achalak chabatecha benmosferlechtecha min revetecha levechkecha betlotetech matzecha leshecha chalakam. How will I come up lechachines lachalesechanim? And okay, let's just a little bit. Forgive me for making this break, which is not really the most of the importance, but for the reason. How will I make the flex floss net for what it is the spring? Simple. You have the already matures, the fabrics. Structural, you are going to use foam. Polyurethane foam. The most of the natural is foam inside. If you put the springs, this organizing while you are using it and makes anything around what is the sections and the orders. So suddenly you have the structure, instead of using directly the foam, you come with a fabric, some polyurethane itself, compacted like in weight and batting, and you make each of the springs on the orders, the first and the second. Once that, you put inside and you make the sewing all at the perimeters. After that, polyurethane foam right up and you make the piece. That's the best. Simplicity. Sorry for this. And Repot levefech al chaligi metachachim, mesvech legiskat re'achaligi v'chavat mosachal chilek min chavespot l'matzach ishpat matzah. In dechlikin repefech al chiliga mattefa besmatzim. Repot lechma chaligi v'spot machal chilak an repechal chenemat v'tlechimesef. Repot lefech ligishpat lepechal chinikal and lefechal chiini livisef. Repot lechma pachal chilik lech v'fech matzil viskash. גם בדקים, רבפך לקים רבפך, חלקים יפחנם. מהרבי קל לבחות, סבק לחבת מי רבפך לחבחד, אמצך חליק שמות. מהרב לחבפך חליק לחמה, חליק לספות מיני. גינק לקיר, רבפך לחיליקה, חבת לחמה, לחבפך עמידיסם. מהרמות לבחל חבת לחבחמות לבחל לחבי מחל בספך ישבות מצחיק. Redach leki revefech and dat zullen was wat matlechti, het het gespachalakan. בהתאמות לבחמות לדיחי חלמתן. Sorry. Människor beslöt för khalikim. En blöt mot lätt för khalikim skapade för smart lätt för kullägare för khalikim. In bottom at second. So there will be no science and nothing hidden and nothing like in blöt för khalikim. And the för khalikim is so khalikim is tamaran. Right. And yes, I thought about the fabric like the inrabat lachachi Panama or the simple blank viseflikan batneman, used like a lienzo called gimot lepechma chalakim. So you have a very heavy fabric on a rustic simple blechma mesen with length of in nylon and some of cotton blechvesimastata blechvasmatanan, and simply making a blechma sechel blechma chalikim and blechflag with a blechesi polyurethane floss to be strong and having like a net in bottom of in botlechim is what I felt friendly about the while making the techniques of some batlechim, but Mary asking how will I do without he to understand what I was doing at this moment. But further than klezma plechasichish bottom of and this we're stealing for the making less humanity upon them as well, because they wanted to do this product and making some good elements for comfort for home. So suddenly this gives some making the same to us and already making the less humanity and the invention about him, about them, and about Amir. For more saying that are stealing the government and goes to mutilating our people because of they steals the state and keeps murdering people around within our own sex. The cycles abominable death. And I'm going to make a disaster in this hell land. I'll answer about it somehow, and I'm so sorry for this. Repoplefma plesej verisechli diskoplefechmatian, am blechvecefma at basedel eskiba cechalki. Repoplefma plechvecefli vechishvoplekech at blechvechlachin chalekevasvot. Metrema plefma kalkevecefli kivesochalki vesechlikim batlevecechlekechlakishvotechal. Entrama techlik chavefachal achmat cechligishmot levefechal chalegimeseman. In bottom of Berhal Chivit Fechal Chivit Klat Sidishkebla Terravachlacham. In bottom of Fechal Chaliki Ravachalchman. In bottom of Fechal Bifachal Chiviskopla Betechal Dinosofal Matlakim. Rembatla Tetman Plervefechalakim Ravachalakim Aplecham. Gimot Levebechal Chiviskopla Matlecha Chivishpot Nachli in Ravach Seva Seshot. And I need to tell you certain things further if I do or not manipulate people. I'm going to tell you one thing. Once you understand what is the origin of the manipulation, you understand where is the manipulator. So if you tell me that telling you information and Ruach Elohim makes Amtlefechlachat Sereni Atzinat Eloheinu, and you understand what is your reality and what is going on, and what is happening to you, and that constitutes a manipulating. And you understand clearly and better attached at how to do and what to do. Even with that, what understanding much of times what is happening to you delivers into whenever there is a serious situation and damaging, anybody will react. However this to be, to hiding, to running, to confronting, to reacting, or reactionarily, or disasterly, or simply just fate. And others suiciding much of times is true. Coming to Adonai and understanding, please. What do I do? The problem is, But if manipulating is that, what will be the manipulating at the level of McVOKALD? For the reason of witchcraft. And I'm sorry for this, but understand what I say. Profaning, making consciously intentional. And mentally profane. I were anointed, and this is not everybody. This is not everybody. So, and there's not the wait for. And there comes behind the intentional sense of snake, knowing what they do, to word. Abduction, induction, obstruction of the reality, and suppression of the person, and then capacity to resounding clearly as Adonai said to be. That is murder, and that is genocide. Because of his powers and capacities to diablo rentados, like item first and says what I said, to do what I do. Machineries of the generados, and telling that they touches the humanity for they being attached to El Cristo. Il Cristi Santi del Diabolo. We have Mashiach, and the name is not Jesus, which were wrongly delivered. Yeshua Hasaret. Nazareth. Gablachma, somebody says Nazareth, others. And Yeshua in Sare, Blechma Halim. The name is Saret, for Sareta. Remotlecha Halchimikla Ramepachlakime. Yeshua, 2033 to 34 years ago. El Mashiach, Elon, El HA'JAI. MELECH'HA Malachim, Adon Adlet Siket Ledecha Tzechachai Kadosh Et Litzechid, Et Lechechayda Et Sasi Adonim Adlech. El Chai, Elah. Men rebet lechenim malach matzecha chayda inglidi kadosh kevet sechil diat simika rebet ser atzelash Israel kivar resecha chasma atzmi imar da achachai daim. Shkel ramat levach lachi biatlech sechere chaltes motle vesechmi rematlim matlech vatlechevet motle tidiskop levech matzech ligim matman kevak. Rematli das motle betlech bachalki disefech matzeh disefech. And Adon, don't say, profane again, reduced demons' thoughts for fitting demons, for they to play, we are going to be cut, and saying we are going to control them at last while we exterminate the whole of the business. And fitting business with the lives of Adonim Ba'in Chetzechachai, and Leves Eshechlikin Ravefer. And understand what I say, Adonim Ba'in Chetzechli Eladon Deshvat Maser. Menchir Chali Deshvat Zechad. The presence of Adonai, at the who Adonai determined to be his, is Ginrevat Mochel Chirichnim, not for you shall do what I command. Men Rebat Lachi, das is Leshi, Eladon, Rebat Lechaman Adonai, Men Chalisech ad Matsechanim Bot Matsi, Reshech Lachi Adonai, Sechla. Smenot Sida. Geramach Lecha Rachlachi Diseh Bot Matsina. Nachlachi Adon, Matlachi Adonai, Bat Levech Matsi, I love you. I am. Which Adonai determined I to be, but I don't need service, I don't need servants, I don't need slaves, less. And I don't need nothing to say, oh, Bethlehim, I am who Adonai says I to be. And I'm going to take my place where Adonai says I to cut to heaven, and I'm going to be, gon ketmo tamati goin daim magevokmo. As Adonai determined, I to place myself. And from there on, Adon, above, I, as he determined, and I love you. In the rest of justice and the ways of yes. And that is the reality. Remot levechad lechini, at levechad levak, tachevech halakimi vanas. Remot levechad lechid swap lechad techlikish, tematech lachinim. In both the levechad lechid sochuat matzim and justice. Adonai is now. Merabot lecha v'chalikim u'blova, chab lebesmiach lebech matzim. Merabot lecha v'secha ispop lecha chalikim u'blova, blabla babeti, blabla kibaba, blabla chalagi v'sil languages. Lo. Remot levechad lechini blachani mesech lechi, rochalim komsem. In techaleki v'shkop lecha chermi esadni, kom lecha matzim. Ayofat simakilu stupura, divarat kaleki meravzora, tisbalakterra, dikanarumba. And at the other side of the words, from what that's spoken in Mangala, oh my God, and the Spirit, and starts moving in Adonai making the job. And what this we're trying to stop and murdering for. And somebody at the right side of Amblechani from one starting with no ever spoken, because of the heaven is coming to you, Rante, wake up and come over! And Blech Masechali at the other side of the world, oh my God, what happened here? And over the Blech Masechali, Chaibo Atini Tatcheko Dobo Wurdamu, each new you cut that subdue us there, and Blech Masechali to the other side of the world. Moving. Tongues. What is that? Malach Masechali languages. Ayovat nak anegreva to nuat chatopat setafluf anechatot setsaba angrenalin snatcha. Nobody ever spoken. Who is going to understand that? And Adon needs you to understand what I say. And if you don't, at least I've ever heard it terminated for making the right and placing for the care which this already are aware of seeking and hunting for. Ruckling itself, calling and moving on his creation. If you told angelic tongues, you are not in jurisdiction. Yes, Allah, only with a high. Remot levechal hirikam levechal hiridlanis kish vodech halagim revevacha. Remot lidivachal himesi. Creation is creation. Kingdom is his. And also creation, but as the way the orders got to be, and you understand what is the purpose. Oh, because of fire blood blessing, and I come up blessing the docility and the hope that gives us, and the blessing gives us what? You place yourself and understand what is the virtue of Adonai created you with. That is what you call ministries and virtues, and you are going to have this and that and nothing. Is as you were birthed, but Adon for you to be and you exist. Everything extra, the Creator is Adon and He determines, not you. Because of I'm selling up like fun and the world is gonna. There is none of Adonai. And that brings disaster. I am the one that knows everything of Lord, and I know that this cannot be of God because of everything that we say is happening, and happening what you said. Because of ain't nothing happening what you said, except the spell of your evil, ignorant, intentional, the generation that you produced genocide upon my people, and destructions upon me for a lifetime, and you never stopped. And I am not the only one that manifests those powers, and you are manipulating for the other to not be known that I am taking care of because of your already tenants. I'm not. You snakes, you never got telex. Be wise. Then, Remotlepa Chalchimi Kambel, Bechalchimi Blacheve Sochlakim, you are going to go to hell sooner. And Adonai doesn't need you. And never put it you. Neither the sickness, Kirchner, Unasur, and the whole accelerated Solomon Amar, you make business of my life with. Bastardos. Sorry for this. Remotlepa Bachlachim, Motlepa Bechlach. And the victims on this, which they don't have nothing to do with this, which we were working for this class, to not putting them, under massive rape and murder, because of they will hear the truth and say, you snakes, get out, you're not of God. But the problem is the damage is already produced for them in this class, for lifetime. That is our problem. There are people that doesn't have nothing to do, even with that evangelic Menchedichlikim like. Are we understanding? The problem is that we cheat the devil. You cheat yourself because of you, devil, you think you're of God. And you're going to be in the heaven. Demonios. Remotleva bachlachama plecha v'sechalchim. And remotleva bachli vispot meplecha bachlich mibach lekav and revat bachlaki vispot vikima. And remotleva chalchivit plech machalkim. That's not sad. False prophet and what it is. The grand whore, it wouldn't mean that they wouldn't handle power. The profanation is on the legacy for Banque de Timos Kematles and Sponsor Pilato. And the reality of this is in Chebet Blech Machalin, and always where the same Satan and Mar says. We are the ones that knows the God. El Chai is going to be a Blech Masim. You, Abraham, you don't have nothing of Blech Echad Blech Mechanin. And the ones that comes behind you, we are going to say in Blech Echad who's going to be birthed and what it's going to be about. Because of you ate nothing like we will say, and conscience and understanding that we're high. And we are going to determinate, and no one is going to be cut but us. I'm going to come back and I'm going to make the word. But the door of the curse, rape and murder, sacrificial, Solomon mother. And we came in suffering so long. It's too much. And you know what I'm saying. Ain't no authority of no God. Never happened and won. And what they present over means the speculative spell makes too much damages and suppress us. And there's no control for no outrage. You've got to be conscious and you've got to be clear for you to understand how to survive, what to do and what not. Which Adonai said, be clear. This is not a game. Life is not for dumping to that damn hell shit. And the reality of our days is not for laskera. So you've got to understand the clear of the word is to keeping. The goal is not for pigs and snakes and Birdman, and the mood even worse is for the reality of his creation. So, heredity of death, Lucifer. Den rabati motever chatua, batemer rabatlech rabatlech matzim. Abomination ban revotim. Menrati voskot lechem ban revesiva. Mon rematish votech panklar. Retama serenasi komba revatama kremabah. Vacuity, emptiness. Dice, pit, and throb. Making a and alien permanently for the blechasim, but the sin bonkinim. They go so behind. And it's enough. Te estoy provocando. Te voy a mostrar la provocación en un par de minutos. Y te voy a mostrar que lo que haces con la supuesta provocación es exactamente lo que todo el tiempo estuviste haciendo, por lo cual tu muerte en ejecución de justicia te viene pronto. Y vas a entender en Fakumahanim diablos, que solamente diablos murieron. Sorry for this. Remop lebevechla, chaveklechan, baklekimi bocham blevechan. Amblervestecha, divesechla gar, ansechalkimi vasef. Onrebati, monrebeplecha, veltzarcherimi, fachmatsechalkima. Amblervesech atsebachlat, ambech amatlevimika. Zeshlok chavefad. Emblemat semachalinim. Then, what are we going to say? Moplech moplech echalechimovam, berra moplech vesechalim, and permanently are profaning and destroying and trying to possess the reality of who Adonai brings and puts forth. For they are saying they are above and they know and they catch it all in control for anti-High, anti-Mashiach, Sodom y Gomorra, Kirchner's officialism, UNASUR, Policía Federal Argentina, supposed expertise, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, Fuerzas UNASUR, supposed government of the world, 666, to be a high in heaven, saying that raping and destroying our people that I'm ripping out as best I can in the middle of riot of the generation supporting prostitution in all of the ways, wherever all of the world they are moving and making the machinery for it towards them. Saying what is citing me here, and making up the machinery of Abitama Halkin, SIDE, and intelligence and strategy and secret, Policía Federal Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentina, to say that I command them and I send them to do, for I will be disguised like the beast of the fantasy of Sodom y Gomorra, Ciudad Evangelistas Unidos. With the spell of them and the witchcraft and the same with the spirit, him. Profaning me and making the generations to saying, oh, we say the same, we do the same, and we show the same. They don't say and do nothing, are everything at the moment, and I demand it. Next word, next telling, or he's going to say, we the first, put it the Tabli Hamalechini, and we show everybody. That is an expertise for Cristina Kirchner and la Reventada del Sol, supposed authorities put it by God. Supposedly, I will be a terrorist and a criminal. No, instituted, but Elebron, Israel, and the government of Israel is telling, move away and let this person reach out what we are selling for here to go out. She to go out and get where it belongs. I am Aliyah. And they are conscious since my side, and that is not a lie. And Perras Advinas, that's the same we were saying first. And this video were ours, and he is stolen. And my name is Elishel, E.BLANCO Redemi. In Israel, my identity. And I've been birthed in Buenos Aires Peralta Ramos Nursery, Rivadavia Hospital at the September 7th, 1968, 1435, by Irene Redemi. At the identity of Alejandro Mario Blanco, Redemi, in Buenos Aires. My genetics is mine and spoken all through since my birth. Ejército Argentino, with witches, plowing and hunting where we're birthed, that they will know, but Nazi associating, and taking all over as birthed in that segment since September the 5th until September the 21st. Blood for the whole of the birth. Manchim Mantlefan, burst to Smotav Amekov. And anyone that birthed between those days, from the first until the last, all in middle, Rimot Lepechakanim and my blood were found in a very forgotten unit of United States of America bodies of things. On my birth, on my 5, supposed convulsive that they wanted to murdering me and putting some blood at my tyrant. And I supposedly have been switched. Supposedly genetics experiments out of control of militaries that they would ever have any control in the main. My genetics were the same since my birth until today. Hair of mine at the hands of Israel, US, and the ICC, International Criminal Court, in the cybers where I've been around with nobody knew and nobody realized will be possible, found with others' hairs around, but mine, clearly, I were between the day, hour, French, over that segment of the day, in that same terminal, in that same place, and suddenly something where genetics, genome, and it's the same. Nobody has 7 more pairs in the whole of the DNA chain, and nobody has except the ones that Adonai delivered to gold synthesizing based on genetics. And I am not cheating, and I'm not kidding, and I'm not lying, and I am not commercializable for every class of this that comes around. Remot lebech v'chalachim, imbot lemeblecha chalkivasvi. Remot lecha v'plech ebas matli v'semeshechal. Gebat lemech revefach ademaplech nison. And they says that they are going to have it, but profaning my blood. And saying a synthesis they put, and they are going to be me. With no permission, and Terzo saying he signated, but comes all around saying that I'm a liar, and I am a psycho. And I am nothing but no truth, and I will signating them also that they will ever have permission by me, and also by the government of Israel, that they to take my spirit, and my virtue, my mind, and my life, for they to do, and they to say, and they to speak, and they to the liar, they are going to be doing what I do, and being who I am. And I'm the liar, and I'm the medication, but the generates that makes the coverage, cuerpo médico forense, borda de arfinieiro, argerich, churruca, and the whole lacra retada oficialismo Kirchner's Argentina. The liar! And this is the core of the whole that I started to say since March the 2nd until today, and what I've been speaking to you this day. He's guilty because of God would never make him birth. Someone should have that glory for they to the disasters they've been doing. God himself is real and clear, and further the character of sovereign, adivino de guarda, con el perdón de víctimas. The reality here is exactly, he presents himself as the reality of his name. And his name is exactly glorious and saint. And what he puts in flesh and bones is the representation of what he existed. So if he says Eliyah, what is going to be? Mud, Hibud. If he said Mashiach, what were Yeshua? Were superior as mine, all there. But it's El High, so cannot be any other. So, everything I exist belongs to El High. And this letter are going to go to hell for what they've done to us. And putting it all upon my person and saying, gotta be the beast because of evangelics moves power of which profane generate with the Department of Defense. So the reality is simple. Adonai is sovereign, and Adonai didn't bring us. He announced, and he bring me to fight it, which I'm doing. Let's make it a challenge, and let's be careful, please, and I'm sorry for this. HTTPS www.PRM CBM CBM CDRM XX4 middle asmedoc 44 command middle las osadías de un pueblo de víboras y las delirantes maneras de la enfermedad de fiebre de Sodoma y Gomorra de una creída de reino y de señor y de derecho de impartimiento de muertes y de dádivas como si fuera diosa de lo que es el reino de los cielos sin concesión alguna, excepto por profana, pagana, diabla, reventada, genocida, judicida y teocida delante de la humanidad. La enfermedad Kirchner, Evangelistas Unidos, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Policía Federal Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, CIBE, UNASUR. Abominación de todos los tiempos de generación de la misma historia de la humanidad, en raíz verdadera de degenerados y abominados. Guión del medio, BOD, BXX 555351, 898, DR, M444, 610-800000004443, 81185, Middle Seasville, IDO, 48, Poinsettias, Sprinkle F6, the whole works. Remote Bachle, Kimin Klagarefach, Atlechnikatski Dachan, Bandlevesech, Nansimara. And Melech, I'm so sorry for this, Your Honors, Mr.Presidents, justified. At the fact of this, I think it deserved the moment to say enough, putting the tension clear, which is exactly what I just said. And the terrorists turn to say that I was in Sodom and Gomorrah too, and United Evangelics, Sodom and Gomorrah, by mind control, which they are doing, profaning me day and night and day, witchcraft upon my person, saying they are going to become. So who I am, Eliyah, but profaning with disgusting, prostiat, manchibor, ambatli, witches, evangelics, with the Department of Victims. And the reality of I will ever take them away, and they will do the video, and I will steal them for the Making Less Humanity Steel. But the reality is we are fighting us, and I'm going to make the justice. That's my duty, and we are going to give the best ever we have for. I am not in so much a mood at this moment. Forgive me, please. But let's do one thing. You wanted what this were already also tellers, just making that I will sing, and they said, "Oh, bring me a singer because we are going to do it again." So further that this brazen lakras ben chavat lechma and chedas miat levechat al matzibim. This is a very sorry dense jelly. I'm sorry. I'm going to do this. Ben chavat lechem at levesim proteins and carbohydrates. Just a little bit. Memblebach al-Chamatlech amal Rebesimivam. Nishbot lememblech avatzi Rebesecham. Ayol tibaskimatzechal ba'anaseh. Rebatlech machligishvat lebefechizvat lekishkovat nachlach maimal. Nishbot lememblech viseshet imot lecham. Would you just please give me a little moment? The video is still rolling. Video will still rolling on the base in black So forgive me, please. Let's make it. Forgive me for shootless. And better tachlak, matlevasifekli fach, matlevamikim, remotlevafar, lachivikalachivishkovlecha. Gimot Nemesech Lachivik Hamaplecha, Velchavelecha, Velchleveseshoat Letechat Matsechanim, and Rechalechim Matlechacham. I'm going to need some help in the whole of the situation for the Plechavesech Legimim Sefam, Gimot. Alright. General Kher, Berravasar al Kirevetechmach al Kishpot Achlek Chevechal Agnimiviv Esof Esoshev. Then.
Leipzig vermehlich
Sasser. Remoble Bachlachi Viklachat Matlechemi Chabadlecha Bachomatlem. So, for Darren and for the company of Opera, I will just come for the Chalachim of Letachlachim Lechri Spot on the Sechan. It's a very variable in the Chalachim, and there's a so Lechri Spot on the Lechakish Montachlitim of Letachlachim. He said, so, around. And good for Chester. Wonderful. MELECH with the company of Israel this is working with. So suddenly, and gives the introduction for Plechmat, but there's not for Plechmat Chalakim. So you have the 4 baritonos with the 3 tenors, and there is the making the black of the on the black in the and tenors comes like and Revolt leggen we plekken, de gespotten met plekken, die gespotten met plekken galkiba. Remot lepek fakali kisko, lepek man galkibaskiba. En zeskelek, repatli en bot lepek zeggen die skaplegin, the structure for of lepek galkim will be tabakli kimot lepekam. And gives the better sekeski na hartlak to and bakter. And each comet lepekhem, what harmonically on the right structure for the music is pleki el kamat plekim. Refasam. So, there is the 3 mezzos with the 2 sopranos making the Revoplech Machalkimar, and to the shop Melchavasim. Working in scales for the Klerevech Matlachi structure in Koblevech Machalikish Matsima. And Sechalachim Matlechanam, sopranos. Right up, making also the blend of Achlachinin. But in a blend of Smotlachim, so there is the clear Befechlachim in Klavesbatik Halgishkotzim. Structurally, there is like not really attached for the blend Masiva. But making a clear Befechma, Sechaliki on the structure in Klavesbatik, that will be really better in Klavesbatik. So I would like, if you ask me to giving you some idea for, may on the same Baklechim which is really beautiful, it's really precious. Some bergaba plachansi coming for blend, tishkopletach, maklechemi, and bleklesechal, meraba plechal kiviskopletachmasim, and making klechevi kan blechban, but blechachim, in a double blechmatsi, shoplebech matlechini, chabach, lechni, sabaklechtak, matet, between the sopranos and bleklesem, the same with the tenors, making a bleklesechach maplechati on that left spot on a plechachim, three partition. And the voices are beautiful. So making the differences between will give you a and as and elaborating this for the is a and rebat matzika shall using the with a very spotless orchestra for Latigan with 74 and the 2 Mirhesi viola, violin first, second, third, and the Pinrasesakli with a plethosmot I will come with piano, 2 and second Blechmasechaki with the first ever Blechmasechaki and only 4 Blechmasechim drums in Batamasi, Halkimasi in B bemol with Motlechachim is Plekish, Kaplechmasinam flat and Riboplechmachalgi with Soplechmanikan. There is a Blechmasishko Blechachim and using a Potlechmasi Notlecham. With this, the whole of the cellos in a very soft the company of 18 will be just perfect in Koblechachim, making a deathly small Plechachim Skoptenam, Minchabatlechani on the Blechachim Skoptetzi will kill. The 8 on Blechasimaple, 20 Benchabaspo Blechamatklikiman, Mochali behind the Blechachim. 4 cellos for the Blechmasechlaki and the whole of the Menchasibet of the Rebas Mochale Sechlakim. You are going to have a very special Koat Pikam Blechachim Saknim. And I think that'll be really called the Blechachlaki delicious. And Reba Blechmachalgi Visotlaka Rebetachlakima. And Seslavim Machalekan. With the violin, viola, and cellos, if you put some Berchlachim in Senchli, wins. And it trumpet, and it bonklakim, maybe some baslati, oboe. The oboe is really sweet. Menri befalma sechlaki traversa will be really awesome with a plefancy with tekish motlaki about 4. Mongrama plefati making a plefama sefish motlacham plechamin, such as motlachim, and a blagam sechlachim, but always in baslachim is sechlakish motlachim and sevam, elaborating the plefam sefish motlachim. Not at the Blechmasechmatzi, but suddenly both Blechmatzi, Matlechim in aria, Menrabasechalaki, Matlechim, Sechaligi, Shvotnemasi, Soneto, Gimotlechachi, the Basmechaligi, Masedota. The play comes with the developing of Ponrabablechachi and there, Menrabablechmatzi, the passion and Poslevis, Montlechivias, Matlekiva, and Rebasechanim. From there, Berchabesechalaki, you have the bridge act 1, 2nd, 3rd, Atliko, Matlechivi, 3rd, 4th, Mirabablechanim, Sechalagi, aria. 5th, 6th, Gimotlechlachim Yitzechleki, Soneto, Da Imbot Lechamachlech makes the Mazleki Amalena Maselekishke Baler, Ayaslish, Maya Sadlaik Fish, Maya Sorry for that. And Remotlecha Halchinastinan. The cry of the Berchlachim in Botlefechlachim and comes to sopranos like the Berchlachim Lechnatsim, Merchlachim and Tlechanim and Sechlagak, and the Blachim of Tlachibis Kopletechali. Nasalach, Eskavalatis, Legia Klechat, Fire, Mermatsem, Leotmat, Least like. And goes better than Swedish Koblever, until it comes the act 7th, 8th, 9th, the Inrobatlechaki conclusion for the Blechdacham, you have the rest of the play, and Remotlechachanki in conclusion for Blechmatsechalibiswatlina. And there you have the complete orchestra and the whole of the choir in Blechmatsechalchim, sopranos, mezzos, the tenors, the baritonos, and the company of the 20 low merchavachli, making the blecha seflachi, but definitely in a very special common blecha chalki mi'asinim. You've got to, not the merchavat blech machas, but every infachli, like making the einchavat blech masechli, shkati masechliki, the right acoustics, how everyone in the right blech machalki is precise ever to giving the right appreciating the chalikim of blechim for the whole to be harmonically in compound for one element to some at the one first ever clear machalvis motem, sorry for the one first. Merravetich masel, and given the right kerramas blechim that the acoustics to hear, and you say, oh my God, it's really so thinking like and the place is perfect. The only thing I will just switch, if you allow me, will be the Kima Glech Nivan Kevasov. Is already acoustic, is awesome. But only for the Blech Mitzivas, you are having a reverberance over an echo right on the vault, right on the roof. Merkali, the dome is so suddenly, Hebel Fokam of Blechachan will be the simplicity for a Blech Mesiv and Blech Receptak and Blechanim. And there is no budget. It's a simple Blech Masechal Apolma Sechlin, and that reduces the benefit of Fokam Sechalikim Smatim, and the place is delicious. And like always, I ask you please safety and security. And how this situation is about and just this little and to remember. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars shine in the blue skies every time you are by? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Chitzios Beti Malachem Se'oretz Mahadek Shchadetini Lek Anchatas Me'afarli Ayatios Liachatima Olayatio Lichas Oherden Sir Ishker Metzoet At Aretz Ma'at Fashli Oachadat Snetzel Finet Kerchmet Talach Stefoan Sigretziltat Snatzen Rayet Anfish Nkopet Echmachim I love you, Shem. I love you, Melech. And I love you all, Israel. So, justice buddies. Gimot Ledacham Lechivissachim in Mosim. This is June the 21st, 2015, and I am surely around noon here in Buenos Aires already. And Rebot Lech Bacheri Gisfot Machachal Akis Motzivas Eshevechem. Gimot Ledacham, and bless you so much.